Hey man, so I'm about to start this video, and I don't even know if I'm gonna share this video or not, but I just gotta get this off my chest, right? So last year, I had a real huge debate with my uncle, and we were talking about, our faith, which, I was raised, you know, in a Christian household, okay? And, about the Bible and Jesus, died to save us for our sins and things like that, right? But I've always had these questions. I've always had these questions and stuff, Um, and I always be like, and certain things in the Bible, that aren't able that I felt like, oh man, we can't prove this. Like we can believe it, but we can't prove it to other people. There's so many other people in the world who, believe in what they believe, and what makes ours better than theirs, what makes ours so true. There's things that supposedly predated what we believe and things like that, right? And me and my uncle, we just kept going back and forth, and yeah, I could tell, like, at the end of our the debate or whatever, he was just like, man, I can't, he was like, I see what you're saying, but man, you just gotta believe, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, I get it, 100%, and I do. I would just want, and I guess maybe the things that I was wondering about is pointless. Like, why would you even worry about it? Because I'm thinking, like, man, what if I was, you know, raised to believe in this other thing, this other religion or whatnot? Am I automatically doomed? Because I wouldn't know Jesus because I would be, raised in this belief. I would be in another country. I speak a different language. I wouldn't know whatnot. So, you know, what if we were wrong? What if they were right? What if they were wrong? What if we're right? We can't prove it. The only way you're going to be able to prove that is, when you die. Um, and then recently I had the same debate with my father, and we really got into it. About a number of different things, but mainly that, right? Because he's the same. Now, I've always believed that Jesus died for our sins. I do believe Jesus worked the earth. There's some stories and things I'm like, Noah and all that stuff. I'm like, that don't sound plausible or logical, right? But hey, what do I know? Um, but right after we had this conversation, me and my dad, like, I don't know how many days, maybe 2 days, 3 days, I was looking for a movie to watch. Cause oh yeah, when I was having a conversation with my father, he was just like, "Hey man, um, I know these things to be true because he had a dream, and his dream it really messed him up. So I'm just like, he's like, you need to open up your heart until God's really to show you, to prove to you." And as much as I was talking about, yeah, man, you can't prove this, you can't prove that. In the back of my mind, I'm like, man, if I really ask him to show me, if I really pray and ask God to show me, open up my heart and show me, I'm scared to do it. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm scared to do it because I'm afraid of what I might see. I'm afraid of God 100%. I don't care. Like, I'm fearful. Our design, the way that we're made, is too intricate to be just by chance or coincidence, man, or evolution, in my opinion. You know, some people just believe, oh, it's just a higher power, and they don't necessarily say God name. No, I believe in Jesus Christ, man. I believe He died to save me from my sins. You know what I mean? Like, from what I've been taught, what I've learned, and what I know. When there's been times that I've prayed, when there's been times where I just thought all was lost, man, and things came to pass, but 2 days or so later, or 3 days, whatever, I'm not sure. I was looking to watch a movie. Me and my girl, we just sitting chilling and stuff, and I'm like, yo, I want to watch a movie. and I'll go on Amazon Prime because I'm like, I like horror movies and stuff, right? So I'm like, man, Netflix has been letting me down lately. Let me watch some Amazon. Let me check out Amazon Prime. And one of the first movies that popped up is this movie called Nefarious. And I literally wasn't gonna click on it, but it was like it was already on that it was already on the trailer, whatever. And I was doing something. My girl's like, "Yeah, you wanna watch that?" I'm like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. Let's turn it on. So we turned, and I had no idea what this movie was gonna be about at all, right? I turned on the movie, and it's literally a movie about this guy who was supposed to be like this lead big time psychiatrist or whatever. And he has to go to this prison and talk to this man who was on death row for murdering, I think, like 6, 7 people or whatnot. But the psychiatrist's job was to go there to see, can this man, be held accountable far as getting, sentenced to death. Is he sane? Is he insane or is he sane? So the psychiatrists go there, and the warden and everybody's warning him like, "Yo, this dude is super intelligent. He's a genius. Um, you need to really watch out for this dude. We trying to get you to just sign off so we can kill this dude." So they go in there, man, and when he talked to this inmate, this guy on death row, he literally tells the psychiatrist that he's a demon right off the rip, yo. Right off the rip. And it wasn't like your typical scary movie with, exorcism and people climbing walls and acting demonic and stuff. It was like, yo, it was like this dude had this real conversation, a one-on-one conversation. A psychiatrist who's an atheist, by the way, having a one-on-one conversation with a demon who possessed this dude's body. And he literally goes over every single step of how it even came to be to possess the dude, what it means for him to be a demon, how he feels about God, how he feels about humans, everything, yo. And it was just blowing me away because it was someone answering some of the questions, and poking holes through some of the theories and things that I had, right? So that movie really messed me up. Like I'm just like, what are the odds? You know what I'm saying? Like where this come from? And then ever since then, ever since that day, I keep coming across different videos, and I'm slowly but surely searching for things. And a lot of the answers, a lot of the questions that I had, I've watched some videos that gave me even more clarity. Now, I'm the type of dude that was just like, yo, man, like I believe in God, right? And I believe in Jesus, but I don't 100% believe in man, because man is of sin. Men lie, men, pervert things, men do what they do for their own selfish gains most of the time. And especially with us coming into this country, a lot of us learned the Bible through, supposed slavery or whatnot. So, so with that being said, I've had my issues with certain stories and certain things in the Bible or whatnot. But with this guy I was watching a video, I forgot his name. It was about a man who literally, had an outer body experience, went to hell for like 23 minutes, right? And he came back and told this story. Because, see, my thing is always, well, you can't prove it. We all going to find out when we die. But that wasn't the part that really, really got to me. Of course, hell in itself, I mean, it's a terrifying, horrific, you know, thing to anybody. I mean, like, it's something you can't even fathom, man. Listen, I'm not, I 100% am trying to figure out, okay, well, what is it that I can do to not end up there? You know what I mean? Like, for real, like, because it says it's not by your works, it's by your faith. At the same time, by not sinning and just, trying to live right. And I'm just, so there was a lot of questions that I had, and it was just one of the biggest things, even with my ex, we used to debate this, and I used to be like, well, man, if I was a parent, because I don't have any children, I was like, if I was a parent and I was mad at my child, how could I cast punishment on them and torture and all that for all eternity? Like, I used to always have a big problem with that. Like, yo, why how could you do, like, okay, yeah, I may effed up, I may messed up, but dang, like, that's, you know what I'm saying? And the way this guy broke it down, he broke it down in a way I never thought about it before. He was like, he said, yo, man, he said, God prepared hell and he prepared heaven. He prepared hell for the devil and the angels that followed him. He prepared heaven for the thing that he made in his image. Now, we were already screwed from the jump because we were born into sin. So to show us how much he loved us, he literally said, yo, look, I'm going to send my son down there, and he going to get killed, he going to get tortured, he going to get crucified for telling y'all the truth, and y'all going to kill him. But by him dying, it cancels out what y'all were supposed to receive, that punishment. That's how much he loves you. So when I'm thinking like, dang, man, if you really love me, why would you send me there? You're like, no, I'm not sending you there. Basically, I'm giving you a choice. If you rock with me, you're going to end up in heaven. Because I can't force you, because I gave you free will. If you don't rock with me, then you go into the place I have prepared for the demons and for the devil himself. I'm not throwing you there. And it's like, and even in the movie, the dude, he was just like, yo, man, there's nothing that they can do to God or Jesus. So the next best thing is doing it to you. So that's why the demons and the devil hate us so much. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why they hate us so much. And they're like, yo, we're just trying to do everything. It's like how they say misery loves company. I'm getting goosebumps, man. They're saying why misery loves company is like, yo, if I'm going down, we all going down. Like, you ever see a dude snitch? You know what I'm saying? Because he like, yo, I know I'm been getting in trouble already, but hey, it'll make the time better. I'm telling on everybody, I ain't gonna be the only one going down. And it's pretty much what he doing, man. It's what the devil doing. It's like, it's trying to corrupt the man. And it makes it difficult for me, man, because it's just like so many things that I like, to do. I'm like, dang, man, I'm sitting and doing this, I'm sitting and doing that, I'm sitting and doing this, and it's just like, man, like my whole life is like, what do I do? How do I move? How do I live? If these things are considered sins and stuff, it's like, am I a God-fearing man? Yeah, 100%. I denounce anything. I denounce the devil. I denounce the demons. I ain't trying to rock with none of that, at all, man. It's like everybody in the world has their vices, and I know what my vices are. So I'm just like, man, it's so hard. It's like almost breaking an addiction type thing, because you never know when your time is up, man. And they like, yo, if when your time is up and you ain't right, bro, it's a wrap for you, man. It's over. Like, my father, he was telling me, just like, yo, man, when you die, when it's time for your demise. And I was like, yo, demise? I'm like, it ain't no demise, man. You gonna be good. But it's like, yo, if you're not in that book of life, if you're not accepted, then yeah, it is a demise, man. It is a demise, yo. For all eternity. Like, I guess another thing is just like, in my mind, I'd be like, yo, man, you can't trust what man has said that God said. Like, you know what I mean? I believe in, some things in the Bible, but how I know, you know what I'm saying, this wasn't a lie, or how do I, they got translated to English. How do I know, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, bro, I think one of my biggest mistakes is I'm judging it, saying that it could or could not be right, and I haven't even studied the thing. I haven't even looked into it, done my research like I do everything research. I research business. When it comes to my business, I would do my research. When it comes to my companies, when it comes to, being an entrepreneur, when it comes to, fitness, whatever, man, I always do the research. And I'm like, dang, man, like the one thing I need to 100% try to achieve in life, I ain't do no research on, like extensive research like I do everything else. And it's because I'm fearful, man. I know I'm fearful, 100%, man. It disturbs me what the consequences are, and it's like, do I want to sit? And people could be like, well, you could be wrong or whatever. I'm like, look, man. If I'm okay, put it like this: if I'm wrong, right, and nothing, there is no hell, nothing happens. All right, cool. I can live with that. I cannot live with being wrong and saying, oh, I ain't worried about it, and I get cast into that lake of fire and all that. Yo, listen, man. I mean, you got to think, like, seriously, think about it, man. Like, people come up with some wild stuff, man. Don't get me wrong. But that's some real serious thought to really just come up and make up to scare people. Like, that's extreme, man. Brutal like that. Yo, and it's so many people say the same thing of what they saw and things like that. And I'm not taking them chances, man. You know? So I got a lot of soul searching to do, a lot of praying to do. But I am thankful. One thing I didn't realize this dude was saying, he was just talking about the gifts that you have. Gifts of being like the air. Like, there was another thing that really blew me away. He was like, yo, when I was like, oh man, why would God do that to his children? That's messed up. Like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Hell and all this other stuff. He was like, yo, man, I made hell be a place of everything that doesn't have nothing to do with me. And what he was saying was like, yo, water is of God. It rains down from heaven. No God, there ain't gonna be no water there. It's fire. It's pitch black dark. Super darkness, because without God there is no light. It's like everything that's opposite of God, that's where it is in hell. And the reason why, if you choose not to rock with him, then you got to get all the things that don't come with him. I'm like, yo, I never thought of it that way. I used to be like, dang, man, if you in hell, could you pray? And you're like, nah, man, your mind is blocked. You won't even know to ask for Jesus. There is no hope. There's no blood, because blood equals life. There you have no life. It is, yo, look, man. For the past couple of nights, I can't go to sleep. And like, it's hard for me to go to sleep. I got the light on. It's like 3, 4 in the morning right now, and I got to be up. I got a hair appointment at 10. And I just been terrified, man. I'm not even lying. Not even gonna lie, I've been terrified. Every time I hear a little noise, I'm terrified, man, because I'm just like, and I think it's because, you do what you can. I'm not out here hurting nobody or anything like that, but I feel like I'm not living 100% for God like I could be. And that's scary in itself. And I'm just like, all right, well, what am I supposed to do? So I got to ask him. I guess I got to do what I got to do, man, because I don't want to be effed up when my time is up, man. But I do it. I just want to say publicly, like, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ, man. 100% believe. 100% accept Jesus into my life. As always, I mean, I always say I do, but like seriously, for the world to know, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have the things that I have. And some of the, and that's another thing, man. It's like the gifts that we have, man. It's not the big gifts that you think like, oh, you got a house, you got a car, you got a nah, man. It's breath, the sun, water, freedom, your health, man, your sight, your taste buds, peace, sleep, rest, waking up from a night's sleep. Yo, bro, that stuff those are gifts as well. You know what I mean? Because from what I hear, you go to hell, you don't get none of that. No peace, no rest. That's something to think about, y'all. For you to be able to just sit in your room, wherever you are. I don't care if you were sitting if you were sleeping in your car, bro, for you to just be that's a blessing in itself, man. I work hard every single day to become something that I feel I want to, accomplish and have money and travel and do all these things. And the dude said, man, he was like, yo, man, the one thing everybody, was chasing after is money and pleasure. Money and pleasure. And I have to take a look in the mirror and be like, damn, that's what I be chasing after. Money and pleasure. And it's like, am I doing this all wrong? My mind is always on career, 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 career. I want to do this. I want to elevate. And it's like, yo, we got to get it. We got to get it. We got to get it. And it's like, yeah, that's true. But at the same time, man, it's like, none of it, is this going to matter when you're gone? Is it going to matter if you ain't got your stuff right with God, yo, when it's time to roll, man? That's none of it's going to matter. So I'm like, I'll just pray like I get it right. I'm going to have to ask God to show me the way. But hey, for whoever watching this, man, I hope you get I hope you got something from this video. I'm going to let you later.